Gene, just now.
Yes, indeed. Ghost in the Machine, y'all. We were talking about that. 504-582-9422. Good morning, Jerry. What's up?
Who is that? That's me?
Jerry,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening
How
with
you
you?
doing, man? Look, I don't know nothing on the movie, bro, but I made an observation on something yesterday. And just about every weekend, and yesterday especially, it hit me. I saw a lot of our people on the streets, man. And it was just like, wow, they was loaded down out there, and I knew what was going on. It had to be one of those second lines we have. We're missing out on a great opportunity to educate our people about things that they should know about. And we could do some of that at second line. We could do some of that by going to club on Saturday nights or Friday nights or whatever night they frequent the most and wake them up. And the reason I say that, because I saw it about the mass of people. I'm bringing that up because I saw on the news where they was interviewing blacks and whites on there about what they like about Donald Trump. And one of the black guys said, well, we had money when Donald Trump was in. See, our people are still ignorant, and this needs to be nationally a national movement. Our people are still ignorant as to why they had money under Trump. The stimulus check, people couldn't work. They still don't know that. Nobody's really explained that to them, why they gave them that check. But if they had intelligence, a bell should go off in their head and say, well, okay, well, why would he just give blacks money like that? And then it would come to their senses that he didn't give us money. You understand? But millions, not millions maybe, or maybe it is millions of our people believe in that lie. See, and a lot of people push that in our community, and they don't necessarily have to be black. They could just suggest this to people that they work with. Well, y'all did good under Trump. Y'all had money. And they'll take that back to other people. See, propaganda is not only for foreign countries to impose upon Americans or some foreign nation impose. You can have propaganda within your own communities, and it could be sent in by other people with intention that they know, but the person that they're sending in by might not know. See, ignorance is a terrible thing. We need to wake up. We need to clean our acts up, too. There's no reason in the world. I mean, I mentioned, I started out by mentioning the second line, but I also saw something else yesterday, and that was the party buses. I've tried to investigate that. They say the party buses started in the French Quarter with some group, but I know our young people are running up and down the street with loud, crazy music, and it's a bad image. You can't say it's not, and you can't say that a lot of things we do, if other people want to look at it and talk about it to convince others that we are immoral type people and the laws they create, well, they have to do it because it's because of us and our character. Well, if we just look at, what we do to maybe make that validified by those who are recruiting others against us in that way, then we'd have to tighten our own acts up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
right.
right.
Thank you for that, Jerry. Appreciate you, cuz. There you go. That's what it's about. Hey, we got a lot of work to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the biggest mistakes we make is to mend our behavior because of what other people think.
Correct.
I would not. I think you need to base your behavior on what's best for you,
Yeah.
on whatever moral compass that you have. And the last thing it
It's because
would be
somebody else.
because somebody or a group of somebodies have a particular opinion of you because they don't know you.
Uh-huh.
They're going to think what they think based on their upbringing, outlook, philosophy, everything else. That is what's going to color their opinion or perception of you, not anything. It's mostly less of what you do than their perception
Correct.
of you. Again, I bring up Tamir Rice. A jury thought that the white man who was the policeman really thought that that boy
Child.
was a man
Mm-hmm.
because he was black. Yeah. See, that's the difference. That's the difference.
And your movement should not be predicated on what you think somebody thinks of you.
That's right. At all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. About what somebody thinks about you. Because what somebody thinks about you is what they think. What do you think about you?
Yeah.
What do you think about you? Because our parade, you might catch me on this Sunday. I'll be shaking my behind the street. Say, look at that ignorant fool. And And at that particular moment, guess what? You might be right.
Right. Right.
You might be right. But if you're going to try and
my fun is not
categorize me,
predicated on what other people.
what is it? But I want you to. I want you to categorize me or take me for granted or anything else like that when you see me and presume or assume that I am a certain way based on your perception. I like that. I do, because I know inevitably your perception of me is going to put me less than what I am, which gives me a distinct advantage over you because you misunderestimate me.
Right. Your assumption of what I can,
Of
what
what
I
I can
will,
and
how
what
I will.
one I'm capable of,
Yeah.
based on what you see. That's been a bigger problem, one of our biggest problems, man. Trying to do things because of what we need to do what's right because it's right for us, because it's good for us, because it's good for your community, your neighborhood, your family, your people, yourself, right? But I don't know if dancing in the street, partying, if that's all you do, then it may be a problem. But if you never do it, that may be a problem too.
Correct. All things in moderation.
All things in moderation.
Gracie Brown said balance, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. Being on the part of the bus, being in the second line. And I done alligated in the middle of the street with custom clothes on.
I think though people really people and I know that black people of a certain age, people of a certain thinking, stop making all that noise because white people looking. So what?
Yeah,
they're looking, and so what? Are we having a good time? Yes. Do we have to police ourselves because they're looking? They might be looking to see
to try to get those moves,
yes.
to try to learn some things.
Yes.
I'm so glad I was raised in the house where that whole type of automatic putting yourself in an inferior position was not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. You don't get no fight and beat yourself up before the first punch is thrown.
Lord.
What sense does that make? If you're not going to go in the game knowing that it is your job, your destiny, your desire to win, why are you in it?
Right.
I'm not coming. I don't get no race to run second. Why you get, getting in the race and say, oh, man, my goal, I want to be third place. Now, if you just relearning how to walk and get in the race and run third place, that's a victory.
Correct.
That's a huge victory.
Because what you have overcome to even get there.
To get there.
Yeah.
To get there. And that's the whole thing in a nutshell. So, no.
Stop that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's not necessary, I don't think.
It's not good for your own health.
It's not.
Because if you are looking by the limitations that they've given you, you will end up shortchanging yourself.
You're going to shortchange yourself.
Yeah.
Because you ain't never going to be able to live up to somebody else's expectations of you, especially if you, A, don't know what those expectations are, or B, those expectations change on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So no, that's the whole point. For you to stay on that spinning hamster wheel, chasing a goal that's not just unattainable, it's not even real.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else made up what they think you ought to do, be, say, or act. No, man, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. It's not necessary.
And make peace with not trying to make other people feel comfortable.
Please. I'm not saying go out of your way to make them uncomfortable.
Well, that's the follow-up. Yeah. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
And don't do things just out of petulance.
Yeah, spite.
Don't do
like
that. Don't do that.
At all. But don't ever be afraid to be you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Thank y'all for giving us 3 hours out of your lives that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks.
And I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Brother Jared, Brother Nyron on the other side of the glass. Y'all practice random acts of kindness. Do something nice for somebody just because it's a nice thing to do. Y'all take care of each other, yourselves. And we're going to see y'all on the flip.